Okay. Hi guys. I joined recently 3 months back, so I just want to. I'm going around the company doing these podcasts with YY because he's my Sherpa, kind of introducing me to everyone, and I want others that are externally to the company, the developers, to kind of know you and know the team. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Right. My name is Morton. I come from Norway. Started at Jupiter. Don't really know when. I started in the DAO a while before I started in the company as a whole, but I've been here for about 2 years. I am a software engineer, and also that not that many people know, but I'm also an avionics technician, which is essentially a glorified electrician for helicopters.
Helicopters?
Yes. So before I took an education as a software engineer, I worked in the Air Force. I took an education to essentially be what I said, like an avionics technician, which focuses mainly on like electronics within an aircraft.
Makes sense. That is very interesting. What about you?
Okay, I'm Yoda. I joined Jupiter in July 2024 or August 2024. It's been a long time. Also originally a developer, but internally we have a lot of like shared responsibilities, and like you move around different functions a lot. So now I ended up doing Burst. Like we're leading the Burst team, which is like quality assurance and customer support, and it's like not developing at all anymore, which is.
Does that make you sad?
Yeah, sometimes. I tried to do both. So actually I was also working on RTSE, but then I did not have time anymore for RTSE. So now I'm only doing Burst.
Okay, first off the bat, are you satisfied with the flow of how teams approach you for quality assurance?
No.
When I approached you for developer platform, was that right or wrong?
Yeah, that was okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you approached us, so obviously it's better than what some teams do.
What? No, you can be candid here.
We have, I don't know how many products at this point, but like most normally we test Android builds, iOS builds, front-end stuff, Jupyter Lend, but there's still quite a few company or products within this company that doesn't really utilize Burst, which we want to fix.
So I think the problem is that like we ship fast, and like testing is not included in fast shipping. So like there's been multiple cases where like they ask me to start testing, but I'm asleep, and by the time I wake up, it's deployed. Yes. So then it's like, oh yeah, you can test it on production now.
With everyone else, the users.
Yes, exactly. So then, there could already be like feedback from users on like Twitter or support where like they already find bugs.
So why I think you both are the perfect people for this episode is because we jokingly named the podcast "No One Breaks Like Jupiter," because we ship very fast, and that comes with its pros and cons, and we deprecate things a lot.
Yeah.
So I think this is the key episode.
Yeah.
I want more insight on how do you go about QA, like what's the flow if someone is a normal engineer just starting out, give them some insight into your day-to-day.
I would say that there is no first and foremost, there is no unified way when it comes to testing. It very much depends on what you're testing. Like the flow we've kind of established is that we try to receive a product when it is effectively ready for the user, and then we work off of edge cases. That means unintended use. And unintended use is just another word for trying to break stuff.
It's like basically being a black hat, but clicking buttons.
Yes. A black hat, except you get paid for it.
Yeah.
You get paid cleanly.
Yeah,
yes.
legally.
Yes, legally.
The other part, except for trying to break it, is looking at it and like, oh, does this make sense?
Yeah.
Like sometimes, like as the product leads, they like know the product and they understand, and they don't really think of a new person perspective. So
Yeah.
then when testing, sometimes we give feedback like, yeah, this doesn't make sense, this is dumb, like, yeah, make it better.
Do you think being in this team makes you a better engineer because then you are more thoughtful?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think essentially that when you develop something, you're kind of in your own bubble. You get very hung up in how
Yeah.
it's supposed to be. And how it's supposed to be might be absolutely correct from your point of view. But then the user can essentially use it in an entirely different way. So for instance, my wife sent me a video like they're at home. She was assembling this small table where she's gonna have her laptop and whatnot. And my daughter, holding a screwdriver, was using this to like hammer in the nails. So
Cute.
yeah, I'm very cute. I can show you later. But essentially, you never really know how a
People are
user
going
is
to-
going to use your product. No matter how you design it, they might find a different way, a different function, new way to utilize it. And so beyond just testing something that hasn't been seen before, it's also very important to follow up after. So that is also part of what Burst does, is not just testing something that is due for release, but also following up on products that we already have out there to essentially align with how the user wants to use the product.
Actually, it sounds like Burst is involved after like certain things are made
Yes.
and prepared for the user, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then, whether it's get shipped or not, the decisions are made. But why not have Burst like be involved in the like building process as well, like the designing process, such that because you know how a user might react or use a certain thing, and then your feedback can go directly into the designing process, such that people don't have to build it and then figure out, oh,
Yes.
this is not the
So-
way. Yeah.
I just came out of a meeting to formalize this. So then now we will be involved in the process more. So the issue is, this was specifically for LO, like limit orders v2. And the issue is that we cannot really test an API. Like it's not intended to do API testing. So then we have to block on the front end to be ready. But usually when the front end is ready, it has to be deployed in a few days. So then now we went through a process where like the developer will also like vibe code a simple front end for us that we can like still try to break it and test it like more easily. And then we will also be doing like weekly syncs with like the product with the designers so that we can see the Figma designs.
I think this is a really interesting idea. Like I think the team making the effort of giving you a mock front end so that you can still play around while they are in the process
Yes.
helps save overall time to production
Mhm.
and time to release. But coming and staying on the topic of AI, do you guys use AI?
We will
In
be
terms of-
using Galileo. Italo came to us to test Galileo, and immediately it was like, hey, we can use this. So I've been working and talking with him to get like the documentation also involved, so that like that Galileo can like use our documentation to answer to users. Galileo will also be doing like daily like overviews for us. Then we can see, what are users asking, what issues are they potentially facing, and then we can try to reproduce this
Yeah.
and do bug reports.
That is amazing because I guess that makes sense. The conversation that we had about AI better parsing the
Yes,
support docs.
that's exactly for
Exactly.
this.
Yes.
Oh, now I can make
Yes.
the connect mentally.
So 63% of all support tickets are one reply done.
One touch, as we call it.
We
But-
have their data.
Yes.
We do actually have that data.
That data we have,
Yes.
but
It's-
not the
it's-
important ones.
It's not curated by us.
Okay.
Yes.
It's NS.
So actually last year we had 27,000 tickets
Yeah.
that support has to go through. But then 63% of them is one close reply, which is like very easily solved by AI, hopefully.
If only you can track dev support questions as well.
Should we move to Zendesk?
Yeah. And then they add you to a Telegram group.
No.
Yes.
I went through the burst process with you guys, and we fixed those things. Like, I saw 54 messages in that Slack thread within 6 hours, and I was like, Okay, so I saw YY talking to you guys in that thread, and right after that, I think within 2 days I made tickets, and then I got Ujjwal, another engineer on the developer platform team, to fix all those issues. So I think it was very important to have your unusual way of using the platform for us to kind of find those out. So like very grateful that we have a specific team called Burst. Why is it called Burst?
Okay. Okay. At first, I wanted a fun and cool name. I came up with Squirt.
I have heard that.
Which it was very divisive internally.
Yes.
Let's just say it like that.
So Cash was like, "Oh, I love it. Let's do it." Meow was like, "No." And then
I'm surprised.
Yeah, Meow came up with Burst. It stands for Best User Response Support Team. Which that's Burst.
So are we calling ourselves the best, or are you the best team to do that job?
We are the best support team.
We are.
Also,
But didn't
are
he
the
say
best,
it today morning
period.
that we should not call ourselves the best?
I mean, except when you are the best.
Okay.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Our support is really the best.
Yeah.
We have
Having been gone through the pipeline.
Yes.
We-
Yes.
we have one person that's managing the Twitter account. So I haven't seen it at other places, but we have like one guy whose whole job is to look at all tweets on Twitter, and if people are having issues, he will like reply, reach out, and like try to reproduce and forward these to the developers to fix.
That is amazing.
So that started in August, and he has done 1,400 tweets.
Can you name him out? Like, just shout him out.
Yes, good
Shout
job,
out.
OPEX.
Shout out to
Oh,
OPEX.
Let's go. The 1,400.
Yes.
Yeah,
Insane.
OPEX is awesome. So
Yeah.
he would triage, he would make sure that the issue, it goes to the correct person, it eventually gets solved or it gets replied, like they get at least either an answer or a fix, whatever it might be.
Makes sense.
But 1,400 in a couple of months.
Yeah, I think that really helps making users feel seen and heard.
Yes.
Like getting a reply, even if it's not getting solved, because we know that's an issue. Like,
I mean, we
Yes.
care. We care.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, internally, I keep notifications, or like I keep reminders for things, and then I tell them that like when it goes live, it's like, hey, now you can report that it's fixed, so that the user still has like a nice resolution.
do you think, because I think you guys are the best people to talk about this, I think we did briefly talk about it before. I think support should be done in a manner where there is linear involved with tickets.
Yes, we do have it actually.
We
But
are starting to, at least.
Yeah.
We are starting to.
Yeah.
So I do think we need a little bit of like internal knowledge transfer to get properly up there. But I'm personally very excited to be using Linear and
Same.
to have like a proper project tracking tool.
Yeah. So we have linear set up. So if you move an issue to our team, it will like notify on Slack, and we can start testing. It has been happened 0 times. I tell people, but then I heard the feedback was that because the issue is on our team, they don't see it on their dashboard anymore. So they rather create a separate like Slack thread.
What is the most irritating thing that you've experienced in Jupyter, and what do you think should be fixed in
Wow.
terms of engineering?
We need a better data team, like data analytics.
Yes.
Like,
we
I mean-
don't need a better team. We just need to do
Better
you know,
systems.
Yeah, it's quite a lot. Testing wise, I think like the most iterative, the most back and forth, at least for now, has been like limit orders, like limit orders V1, then V2, then some preview issues with our connected to our quick account. So a lot of back and forth to put it in the state that it is now and the state that it will become soon.
Given like how Burst is all like support focused, like QC focused, Jupyter has so many products. You have to test across like all these different verticals, and to test them, you need to know like not just how the user will click a button.
Yeah.
You know, you have to know like why a user is using a certain product, and like the way they think, how the product works, how this feature is supposed to be. How do you actually train for that? Like all this knowledge across all these verticals to provide like this best experience for the user.
I mean, you don't really. There's no amount of training that can like prepare you to deal with the entire Jupyter ecosystem and how
Yeah.
users would pick it up and utilize it. But It's a gradual process of. So I think differently from a lot of the other teams, we have a lot of input from the users themselves, both through OPEX and his Twitter efforts, through support where we actually see a lot of the issues user face, but also like in general, I try to browse the Discord, I try to browse Twitter, all our mediums. Sometimes I get DMs from people that I talked to in the past. They're like, I have this issue, can you help me look at it? And it's like, always, yes, let's do. But honestly, I wouldn't even say that that I'm at a point where I have like that kind of capacity for all products. And I've been doing this for a bit, but it's just a constant learning process. Like you're never really done learning, I think.
I joined together with Soul FM and CoinHall. Like I was part of CoinHall before, so that was like the first acquisition they did. Back then there were also not that many products, so I just like used all those products already. And then it was a gradual process of like, oh, now we have like Studio, and now we have like a deck screener. So then you just learn as you go. It is a lot though. Like I was onboarding a new person that will be joining us. And like while going through like everything, I realized, whoa, this is like so many products. It's like, you know, like, yeah, we have just like basically we cover the whole like crypto stack with like all products.
Yeah, it's the 5 or 6 that you see in the nav bar, but the drop down nav bar has like 10 more.
Yes.
That's insane to me.
And you know it's more noticeable now as well. Like here at Catalan Per, like everyone's shipping ahead, and it's just this a lot for us to do.
Yes, most of them are still not done yet.
Yeah.
So we know it's coming, and like they want to go live by Catalan Per.
Which is in 2 days.
Yes, in 2 days. So like the day before, we have to spend the whole day like testing. I hope they will have it done by tomorrow, but then we are like not really looking forward to it.
No pickleball or go-kart or anything for us.
Not allowed.
Right here at the office.
But yeah, I think that's an issue that I think it's across companies. Like it is not just Jupiter. It's engineers just can't. The deadlines, the rivalry between engineers and deadlines is I think generational.
Yes. There's no fix. There's no fix. That's just how it is.
I think if you tell engineers the deadline is like the 1st of February, then they will like submit it like one day before.
11:59.
Yeah, that's how I used to submit reports for school, you know. But then, I don't think you can.
That habit never left.
Yeah.
Given like your background with engineering, I think you've done a bit of like non like coding with engineering as well. Like, what's the process like with this shift towards like QC support and all these things? Were there things that you miss, or like things that you enjoy now?
I think for me personally, like there are certainly things I miss. Like I miss creating things. Like I don't really code at all anymore. But it should be said also that like at previous jobs, even though working as a full stack engineer, I worked in a small team in a relatively big enterprise company. So whenever like we had like there was a couple of months where one person from our QA team got another job, left, which left us very, very like no QA essentially.
Yeah.
So very little capacity, meaning that developers couldn't do their job because in Web 2 mostly you cannot really ship without QA. So
unlike Jupiter.
Yeah, so a lot of the time I would actually volunteer my time and effort there. So I got kind of like I got to see the opposite view from being like a dev to actually see how this thing is tested when it goes through the QA pipeline. And to be honest, I liked it. I liked that too. So even though I miss creating things, I miss programming, I'm still very happy where I am.
So actually for me, like this move was not by choice.
And hostage.
Yeah, so like back then I was just back-end developer, but like I used the mobile app and I used the products, And yeah, I don't know if it's because I'm white, but like I keep complaining, and like I call like people out on Slack that like, hey, there's like bugs, like it doesn't work. And then yeah, I think they saw it, and then they came to me with like, yeah, we don't have a QC team, like you be the QC team now, because I was like doing it like unofficially anyway.
It's also like good that you guys have that engineering perspective, and then have people around you that is customer facing and user facing, and like you act like a bridge between.
Yes.
Jupiter is an engineering team, right?
Yeah.
So and then we have these other teams that build on top of our supports. So it's like it's a nice like bridge that you guys are building.
But so here is actually where it's a little bit different for Burst, because we're not all engineers. Like me and Yoda are, but there are people within Burst that actually that actively test, who have no prior experience in development, and this is not by chance. It is very, very much by design, because like I might be partial to a developer's opinion, point of view on some things, but what we're looking for is essentially a diverse range of opinions, because I mean, at the end of the day, that's what our users are.
What do you think makes a good QC? Like, what kind of candidate is an ideal candidate for your team?
Okay, so at the moment, like Cash asked us like last year for Q1 my plans, and like if you have one hire, what would you hire? And like we're getting someone that like never has done anything in crypto before, and like she will be joining our team in QC, and then we will get like a very different perspective of like first time user, and like then we will be testing everything again and just going through all the steps, because I think there's like a lot of things in crypto that are like not standard anywhere else, so that will be quite exciting to like see the process.
I think two teams that are very underrated in general in crypto are QC and design. Like you guys hold it in your hands to make us go normie, make us go mainstream.
Yeah.
And I feel people do not realize that enough.
Yes.
I do think that resonates across like the entire Web3, really. Like, and it's hard for me to realize even myself, which is why we need this kind of perspective. So a lot of DApps out there, they make certain assumptions that it doesn't really click for us that this is something that a non-Web3 native would not understand. So like just as simple as how to use a wallet, private keys, etc. If you ask someone just off the street how to set up a wallet, they wouldn't be able to tell you. But broadly speaking as well, like there are certain things that you need to know about cryptocurrency in order to use a DApp.
If you ask a gambling addict to climb 12 mountains to reach a casino, he would climb 12 mountains. So I think we are missing, there's a huge disconnect between what reality is versus what we are used to in terms of our users.
Yes.
The best QC is always a fresh mind.
Yeah.
So you gotta hire and then sack it off and then
okay, bye-bye.
Yes, for example, with some wallets, like you download the app and you open it, and then there's like no obvious first step what to do. So then first time user, they would just open the wallet and then they're like, what now? Like how to onboard money on here? Like where's my wallet address? What is a wallet address? And then I think that's a big like step where people quit and just like move on.
I think a very good book on this is The Mom Test. If you guys might have read it.
No.
Yeah, it's a book that teaches you about like products, like how to make good usable products. The aim of this entire series is to humanize the people that you see on Twitter and kind of introduce you to them so that they are more approachable to you. And we have chats working amongst us. Like every day I sit next to a new person and I see them coding and they are using shit that I've never ever seen in my life on like laptops that I've never ever seen, and like their ThinkPads and like IBMs, and I'm like, what? Everyone has MacBooks, why are you on a ThinkPad? And then I realized that they are chats. But yeah, this series the entire aim is just for you to introduce you to the team. So hope you guys enjoyed.